her?
Oh, I'll record you all day.
You should be ashamed of yourself talking to people this way.
She just spit on my car now. You drove into me. You drove into me, ma'am. Front of your car into mine.
Stop recording.
The cops. The cop. She just spit on me. She hit my phone. She hit my car.
Right, this thing already.
Don't fight. Don't fight.
Don't resist.
Welcome back to our channel where we dive into the fascinating world of real-life karma. Today we're exploring how entitled Karens face the consequences of their actions, showing just how quickly bad behavior can come back to haunt them. In this first case video, we take a closer look at a recent incident at a Starbucks, where a customer known as Karen got into a heated confrontation that garnered widespread attention. On March 13, 2023, an incident occurred at a Florida Starbucks, a coffee chain known for its welcoming environment. However, the incident was in stark contrast to the company's inclusive image. The confrontation involved the customer expressing homophobic views, which escalated significantly. In the age of social media, such incidents are caught on camera and shared widely, drawing attention to issues of intolerance and discrimination in public places. The video begins with a heated exchange between a customer and a lesbian couple at Starbucks. The customer, identified as a middle-aged woman, began making derogatory comments. But the nature of her comments was not only offensive but also extremely disturbing, reflecting the broader issue of homophobia. Starbucks employees attempted to defuse the situation, but the woman continued her tirade, including personal attacks and unfounded accusations. The situation escalated when the woman accused employees and other customers of inappropriate behavior, despite no evidence to support her allegations. The video captured her screaming and using inflammatory language, with Karen accusing that same-sex relationships were a sin and that this would lead to the couple going to hell, which ultimately upset the entire store and staff. Store management asked her to leave the premises. Karen was kicked out of the store to the delight of the customers there. The confrontation was recorded by other customers, and the footage quickly went viral, highlighting the disturbing nature of the incident. According to Florida statutes, Chapter 877.03, disorderly conduct includes causing noise, disturbing the peace of the community, or conduct that makes another person feel threatened or harassed. This can include yelling, using abusive language, or committing acts of violence. Karen's homophobic and hateful behavior toward the same-sex couple caused a disturbance in the store, which put her in violation of this law. Public nuisance may be prosecuted as a misdemeanor, specifically a first-degree misdemeanor. And penalties may include up to 1 year in jail and/or a fine of up to $1,000. In today's second video, we dive into a dramatic confrontation that took place in a parking lot, captured entirely on video. The scene begins with a heated argument between a young woman driving a black Mercedes-Benz C300 and a man behind the wheel of a gray pickup truck. The footage, which was filmed on February 18, 2024 on a California street, begins with the man focusing on what he believes to be saliva dripping down the side of his truck. The woman in the Mercedes is seen sitting in the car with the windows rolled down as the confrontation begins. The man narrates the situation, clearly upset. The woman, with her head hanging out of the window, argued that the man was driving in the wrong lane and was therefore responsible for the collision. Despite her assertions, the man insisted that the front of her vehicle had hit his truck. The exchange became more heated as she called him derogatory names and accused him of stopping in the middle of the road.
She just spit on my car now. You drove into me. You drove into me, ma'am. Because you almost hit me. You almost hit me.
You want to do this? You can't drive for
Drove the front of your car into
You're supposed to be on this side. Stop recording.
the cops.
Stop recording me.
The cops.
The woman then returned to her car and called someone, asking them to come to the scene immediately. She continues to be agitated as she yells at the man, telling him to stop recording her and accusing him of blocking her way. The man remains calm, saying that he has called the police and they are on their way. The woman's anger becomes apparent as she continues to berate him, using abusive language and making statements about the police arriving. As the police are on their way, the woman gets out of her car and approaches the man's truck, demanding that he move the vehicle. She gestures angrily and continues to insult him, accusing him of being a bad driver and recording her without permission. In the heat of the moment, the woman attempts to slap the phone out of the man's hand, causing it to fall to the ground. The man quickly picks it up, recording her actions. The arrival of the police adds a new layer to the unfolding drama.
It's illegal.
Knock it off.
Yep.
Stop recording me. Stop recording me. Stop recording me.
Phone.
Stop recording me.
You just hit my phone. She just spit on me. She hit my phone. She hit my car.
Right, this thing over here. Hold on. Let me put my phone in my pocket.
As the woman was handcuffed, she protested loudly, questioning why she was being arrested and claiming that she had somewhere to go. The officer explained that recording the incident was legal and that the woman's behavior, including hitting the man's phone and making derogatory comments, was unacceptable. The confrontation culminated with the woman struggling to understand the legal and procedural aspects of the situation.
Hold on. Let me put my phone in my pocket. Yo, bro. Bro, he can't record me without my permission. That's the law. No, it's not. He cannot record me. And you can't hit him. I didn't hit him.
She did. He saw it.
According to California Penal Code Section 240, the crime of simple assault is defined as follows: assault as an act that intentionally creates fear of physical harm or a threat of physical harm without actually causing physical harm. No actual physical harm needs to occur. The severity of the act may be sufficient to create fear of physical harm. The assault on Karen's man is punishable by up to 6 months in jail and or a fine of up to $1,000. All right, this case was wild, but still not the worst one. Just wait until you see this final one. As on March 21st, 2023 in Howard Village, Wisconsin, it all started with a 911 call reporting a vehicle weaving uncontrollably through traffic lanes. When police arrived on the scene, they quickly assessed the situation. It was clear that the driver, Beth, was not capable of operating the vehicle safely. Her speech was slurred and there was a strong odor of alcohol coming from her. The officers knew they needed to conduct a thorough assessment to determine if Beth was under the influence. Beth was asked a series of questions about her whereabouts and activities. She claimed to have attended a sponsor meeting at the Hometown Cafe in Green Bay, although her answers were inconsistent and vague. Although she insisted that she had not consumed any alcohol, the strong odor on her breath told a different story.
Hometown Cafe?
Yeah,
Where's that located at?
in Green Bay.
This way? The bridge?
Yeah.
Okay. How much you had to drink today? You haven't had anything?
No.
Because I could smell it coming off your breath.
The officers administered field sobriety tests, a standard procedure for determining intoxication. Beth struggled to follow instructions on the horizontal nystagmus HGN test, which involves tracking a moving object with your eyes without moving your head. She also failed the walk and turn test, which require a person to walk in a straight line and turn in a specific manner. Unable to successfully complete the test, Beth was arrested on suspicion of operating a vehicle while intoxicated, commonly known as OWI. She was then placed in the back of a police car, where she became agitated. Despite being restrained, she continued to challenge the officers and ask questions about the situation.
So again, arms at your sides, feet together. And again, you're moving your head, and you just move your eyes, that's it. All right, we're doing a cannot complete. So the next test that I'm going to conduct is called the walk and turn. We're not going to be able to do fields. So, all right, go ahead, turn around. Place your arms behind your back.
Why?
You're under arrest for suspicion of operating while
Don't
intoxicated.
fight. Don't relax. Don't fight. Don't
Relax.
fight.
No.
Relax.
I know.
Don't fight. Don't fight.
Don't resist. You're gonna add on charges.
Take a seat.
I'm totally fine.
You're not, ma'am.
No, I am.
You're not totally fine at all. You very easily could have gotten into an accident and killed somebody today.
No.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like
The officers responded quickly, pulling Beth out of the car and onto the ground to restrain her with new handcuffs. This new development led to additional charges of resisting or obstructing an officer. And despite her efforts to defend herself and protest the evidence against her mounted, Beth was taken to the hospital for a blood test, a crucial step in confirming her level of intoxication. She was then taken to jail, where she would face legal consequences for her actions. Although her blood alcohol concentration back was not immediately reported, the charges she faced were significant. In court, Beth faced a series of charges OE, fleeing after an accident, operating a vehicle with a prohibited alcohol concentration, and resisting or obstructing an officer. The legal proceedings were over. Under Section 346.63 of Chapter 346 of the Wisconsin Code, which deals with driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs. In this article, it is defined that no person may drive or operate a vehicle while under the influence of alcohol or drugs to the extent that they are incapable of safely operating the vehicle. No person may operate a vehicle with a blood alcohol concentration back exceeding 0.08% or 0.02%. Beth's drunk driving behavior was punishable by a fine of up to $1,000 and a license suspension of up to 17 months. The law for fleeing after an accident in Wisconsin is set out in Chapter 346 of the Wisconsin statutes, specifically Section 346.67. Under Section 346.67 of the Wisconsin statutes, you can be charged with a felony for fleeing after an accident without fulfilling your reporting and information obligations. The penalties can be very serious, including fines, jail time, and additional penalties. Karen's escape from police carries a sentence of up to 9 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. In Wisconsin, resisting or obstructing a police officer is defined in Wisconsin Code Section 946.41, resisting a police officer or public official. The law defines this as resisting or obstructing a law enforcement officer in the performance of his or her duties. This may include refusing to comply with a lawful request by a police officer or using force or threats to prevent their actions. Karen broke her handcuffs and fled from the law. This brought Karen's total sentence to 110 days in county jail and her license suspension to 17 months. If you found this story compelling, please subscribe to our channel for more content. Share your thoughts in the comments below and let us know how you would handle a similar situation. Your voice matters in the fight against injustice.